Hi Pisces, it's Chronic Joy Tarot, and this is going to be your mid-month update for the month of July 2017. I hope that this summer is going well for everyone so far, and I know mine is. It's going fast. Seems like, yeah, it's time's speeding by, but trying to enjoy every moment because the summer is, a favorite time of year of mine. I love summer. Okay, so we're doing your update for July, and I'm for the Oracle card to give us guidance on the direction of our reading. I'm pulling from this Oracle deck called Earth Magic. It's by Stephen Farmer. It's a new deck. I've had it for just a few weeks. I've been spending time getting to know it and playing with it a little bit, and it's just really a lovely deck. I love it. So let's see, Pisces, what your message is for this time, the second half of the month. I pulled Lake, and it's the message that we're guided to focus on is stillness. So this artwork's just beautiful. I love it. Okay, so Pisces, are we maybe running a little ragged? Needing some moments to pause a little bit in your life? If so, then this reading's for you. And, as you know, every single time I post a reading for your zodiac sign, it may or may not connect all the way with you. That's fine. That's okay. This is, lots of people out there watching the video, and so it's a general reading in general. I do call the energy of Pisces while I'm shuffling the cards off camera before we start. So if this resonates for you, great. And it'd be great if you leave a comment and let me know. I love to hear from you, or the likes and the subscribes and the shares is all good. Okay? Okay, remember, this is called the flying bird. This is our point of takeoff. This is kind of where we are now. And then we take flight and move through to a new level of awareness. Keeping in mind that we're focusing on stillness. And also what brings to mind when I think of that lake is the depth of being. Okay? So let's see what we have in store for you, Pisces. Your starting point right now, using this Zen Tarot deck, is the burden. So is there something weighing on your mind or your heart that just feels a little overwhelming, and maybe a decision that you need to make that you just don't know which direction to take, or a situation that you're in that you wish would change? This burden card is a mind-related card, so it's telling me that your thoughts are sort of taking over. Maybe you have some extra worries at this time. If so, definitely, it calls for a pause, sort of, deep breaths, realignment, sitting with whatever that discomfort is before responding to it. Okay? If that's the case, then let's see, how to proceed. If this resonates for you, if this feeling of overwhelmed, uncertainty or worry, something weighing heavily on your mind or heart, if that connects for you, then we can ask for some guidance now on how to proceed from there. The card in this position of this spread is called the fear of flying. This would be the energy that you'd want to master, or a possible block and it's probably an internal energy, something within you that would impede your progress. And that is the creator. So what I'm getting from this immediately is that perhaps you don't rely on your gut instinct as much as you could. Maybe you're relying too much on mental decisions and status quo, like how someone in your external world would handle moving forward from this space. So what you're guided to do here, and that goes along with the stillness, like I told you, this is depth of self. This is your deep core self. that you're wanting to be guided by. And that's exactly what this card represents. That power, self-empowerment chakra is lit up, and being in charge, in touch with that depth of being within you is called for now. Instead of worrying in your head and thinking, how do I proceed? How am I going to get through this? What decisions should I make? Take the worries out of your head and drop deep down into the stillness of who you are, and your answers may unveil. They may become more clear. Okay? Be creative about it. So I'm thinking this creativity card, this could be literally like this is a creative project that you're stuck on. But what I'm feeling more is to be creative with your energy. Let out, creative with how you process, these things. Perhaps if you are used to being too caught up in your mind and driven by your logic and reasoning and trying to make decisions that way, get creative about it. Take a day off from the worry, and any kind of a process that you can think of. Put a rubber band around your wrist, and every time you start to think and worry about those things, snap that rubber band and tell yourself, I have the answers deep inside. And get creative about how you're going to move away from this burden feeling, or this indecisiveness, or the overwhelming guilt, or whatever this heavier, denser energy is that you find yourself in, that you may find yourself in. Okay. Next step, and this is an internal energy too. This is how to work through some stuff within you. Clinging to the past. And I would say this is not something you'd want to do. This figure here has her memories all in a nice little box. They're all around her head, and that's all she could think about is all her memories. She's so wrapped up in the past memories that she's not able to see what's right in front of her, the life that's right here, right now. And this is internal work for you to do, along with this getting in touch with that deep stillness within you, that this card guided us to read. And memories are a beautiful thing, but using those memories to continue, using memories are a beautiful thing, right? We've learned from them. We are exactly where we are right now because of things that have happened in our past. However, longing for things to be that way again, or longing for situations that were in the past to be in your present, holds you in place. It keeps you stuck. It keeps you in this sort of burdened, overwhelming, not able to move forward space. Appreciating what you've gone through and knowing that it's brought you to this present moment is one thing, but wishing everything could stay the same and that change wasn't going to happen is not productive, because change is constant, as we know. And that's what this life is for. It's for, creating, evolving, unfolding, and expanding who we are as we go. Okay? This is an external energy. This is how these processes might show up in your life. And by getting in touch with your deeper self and the knowledge that you have way inside that doesn't have anything to do with decisions in your outside world, but that knowledge of who you are, and letting the past be what it is and appreciating the present, that may lead to this card, which is the Rebel. And this is saying, unapologetically be yourself. This doesn't mean rebel against everything. This means be your true self, show up as you, and no excuses and no apologies and no wishing I were different. You are you. You're beautiful. You're a beautiful creator, and that is very much enough. And being able to pull away from these worries of which, things you wish might have been or could have been different, or that you may need to be behaving differently in a situation, or, freeing yourself of that allows for the freedom, to be, and also the creativity, to be exactly who you are. And that's where the life is. That's where the life is in your personal truth. Okay, next card. This is coming to a new level of awareness, the position of this card. And yes, this is literally mind. This is where you started with the burden, a mind energy. And this new level of awareness is going to, once these processes and these awarenesses of the depth of who you are focused on more, you can do away with all that mind chatter. Look at that. Oh my goodness, who wants to be up in that head? Okay? This can be, done away with. All that bogged down feeling of all the thoughts and the what ifs and the worries that go on in all of our minds. Our minds are very powerful, but they are just a tool. Your heart and soul is the truth of who you are. The things you think are just the stories you're telling yourself in your head. They're useful, but they should not take over. They should not be guiding your entire life. And I believe, Pisces, that with some quietness, getting into the depth of who you are this month, for the rest of this month, you can transform, your relationship between your thoughts and your true self. Okay? And then I picked an extra card. It kind of came out as I was drawing. And this position here is going to be, your new level, being and incorporating this new level of awareness in your life. And that, I love this. Oh my gosh. First of all, be kind to yourself. Be patient about this entire process, about unraveling the thoughts that are burdening you. And in order to unravel them, to dig deeper within you and know you can change. You're responsible for the way you perceive your life. Nobody else is. The things that happen are just things that are happening, but you're responsible for that response. That's what responsible comes from, right? You're in charge of how you see it and how you respond to it. And you're in a perfect position right now, Pisces, to dig deep and to get your way, find your new path, to move away from all this mental energy that bogs you down and find a new way of being. And if you're patient with yourself, you'll find that the experience is much more lovely. This figure here, she's expecting a child. She's right in her moment. She understands that in due time, the child will come, as does, see the cycle of the moon. It will always come back around to that new moon and that crescent moon, and then moving into quarter and full, and just the cycles are continuous. And if you have patience for the cycle, for the process of life, you'll find that you will come to a new awareness and a new way of perceiving and processing things that happen in your life. And it comes with, a beautiful ease if you work through these processes. Drop the I wish I were young again, or I wish I were around these same friends again, or whatever those past memories that you may be clinging to that are keeping your mind locked in one focus. Learn how to ease that up and dig down deep. And that stillness is a good guide for increasing your meditation practice, your prayer practice, whatever it is that gets you in the zone, being out in nature, exercising, swimming, whatever it is that gets you to wash away the thoughts in your mind and just puts you right in the moment. And that's what I'm thinking. If you increase that practice a little bit for the rest of this month, Pisces, you may transform the way that you respond to, the things that occur in your life. And this last card is my very, very favorite for this reading. Okay, so this is the possibilities card. this tells us the little story of how deep down in that valley, there's, the field mouse, right? The field mouse digging around in the dirt, looking around at the little bugs. He sees the little blades of grass and they look giant to him. That's his entire world. That's his entire perspective, is just what he sees in front of him. But what you're guided to do right now, Pisces, is be like the eagle who soars over the entire landscape. He sees every mountain, every valley, every tree, the river, the sun rising and setting, and all the possibilities. If you pull back your perspective, especially given that if this is where you're starting here with this burden card, with this too many thoughts locking me down, pull back your perspective, because life has a way of continuing to happen. And if you're bogged down, caught up in what's going on just in your own mind, worrying about whatever it is, stories that you're telling yourself, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss all the possibilities that come your way. So dig deep this last couple weeks here. And I would say this isn't just July 15th through the 31st, right? This is a energy to begin to implement now, and gently going forward, having that patience for yourself and knowing that you will make progress and you will come into your full true self without apology, without really any vigilance either. Just uncover, get to the core of who you are, that creator space within you, and uncover it and just become it. Emerge from these burdensome feelings and bogged down ways. All right. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Pisces. Thank you so much. Don't forget, like, share, comment. Click on the link that you see during this video if you want to schedule a personal reading. I can also deliver you a video like this, your own private video responding to questions you may have. That's another thing I offer. It doesn't have to be a live reading. And until August, I hope you enjoy the rest of your month. Okay, Pisces? Take good care. Bye.